Oh yeah, I'm talking about it too. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we gotta address this viral video of a woman and her child's father getting into a scuffle, not a physical scuffle, but one that was about some food. You see, the father brought some McDonald's for his son, but the mother was upset because he did not bring enough for all of her other children. She has 4 kids in total, one of whom belongs to the dad. She's mad because he didn't feed all the kids. Why bring something for one, but not for all? Now, some are defending her, talking about, yeah, that's the right attitude. He should have brought a pizza. He can't just have his one son eat in front of the other kids and they're going to feel bad. But that is the wrong way to go about it. And I think people that think that way have never experienced this type of ridiculous ghetto nonsense. But I'm going to get into it. If you want to see this full video without my commentary, the link, as always, will be in the description box. If you're watching on IG, please go to the link in the bio, find my website, and you'll see an article on there with this video in it in full. But I'm going to get through it right here, and I'll pause it at certain points to give my 2 cents. And then at the end of it, I'll give my full detailed analysis.
Look, y'all, every fucking day my baby daddy come here with one fucking meal for my child.
Now, before I continue, I understand that you might have a hard time understanding what she's saying at certain points, especially when they get to yelling. But there are subtitles, and I will pause it at certain points to recap.
But I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring one thing to McDonald's. But what about my other kids? How come you can't feed my other kids McDonald's though? Like, that's bogus as hell. Like, you're not finna sit here and make my other kids feel left out, and you're only bringing one child something to eat. Look, there he go, and I bet you he only got one thing in there. I bet you he don't even. I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is.
So she's upset because she thinks he only has one meal for her son, and he goes there every day with food. That's a key point. But she wants him to have food for all of her children because she says she doesn't want her other kids to feel left out. But we'll see what's really going on in just a second.
It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that?
Now I see that her nails are done. You see right there. I see nails are done. I'm just observing. You see me. I'm observing everything that's being said, that's being done, what they got on, and where they at. Everything, because it all matters. Let's continue.
That's just one burger, one fry.
What he like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids?
Okay, but them your kids' siblings though.
What are you talking about? What are you mad
Them
about?
my kids, them your kids' siblings though.
So what you?
So my other kids finna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't get my food stamps to the 7.
Okay, another key point right there. First, it was about, hey, you can't bring this food and give it to your son because if he eats it in front of the other kids, then they're going to feel left out, like it's a treat or some kind of just little gift or a prize or something like that, right? But then she says, I don't get my food stamps until the 7th, which means ain't no food in the house. So this food right here is not a treat. It's not something special. It's to feed his son, because if he didn't bring it, then he wouldn't eat. And the other kids aren't eating either. So she's bullying him right here into feeding her other kids because she can't do it, right? But that's not his kids. All he has is one child with her, not 4, which is her total.
Lisa, how is that my problem?
But if you're trying to help out though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son.
But how are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings?
Lisa,
them are his siblings though. He's not finna eat in front of all his other siblings and they're not eating no McDonald's. Why do I gotta put?
Bring him out to the car. I'll let him eat.
No. He's not finna eat that.
Another point, people said that, well, rather than bringing the food to the house and having the kid eat in front of the other kids, he should have just taken them out and brought them to McDonald's. But see, he just suggested that right there. He's like, well, bring him on out here, bring him to the car, he eat with me. She don't want to do that because that's not even the point. That's not even the point. The point is to bully him into feeding her other children. When he's not in a relationship with her, he doesn't live with her. All he does is have a son with her. So he's taking care of his son, his responsibility, his obligation, not her other kids that she can't take care of.
At all, if you can't bring enough for everybody.
Lisa, so you telling me that I gotta bring? So when I bring my son food, I gotta bring your kids food too now?
Yes.
You sound dumb.
How is that dumb? You sound dumb. You sound dumb.
Where are they daddies at? Nobody told you to talk to them other. You had them other kids. Them your responsibility. They're not my responsibility.
Okay, but if you're gonna bring one, you need to bring it for all.
Lisa,
How do that shit look that I'm letting one child eat McDonald's and all the rest of the kids can't eat?
Now, there was a little cut right there, pardon the weird cut, but when he asked the question, where are the other kids' daddies at? Silence. And I'm not really sure how many children's fathers there are, but there's 4 children. I'm presuming that each one has a different father. I'm presuming that. I'm going to just throw that out there because he said plural kids' daddy, so it ain't just one other guy that she had 3 kids with. It's probably one for each. So he probably got 4 baby daddies. Where the rest of them at? This is the quote unquote good baby daddy right here that takes care of his kid. The probably the only one that ever shows up, but he's being bullied into doing more because she doesn't get help from anybody else. So she's making him pick up the slack for the other guys. Now, if he was a stepfather, if he lived with her, if they were in a relationship, that'd be something different because I feel like if you take on a single mom with a bunch of kids, then now that's your responsibility. If you married with her, you living with her, if you're with her, that's different, but that's not the case here. He just has a child with her and that's it. They're not together. They're not living together, nothing like that. So that's not her responsibility at all.
Eat no fucking McDonald's. So you know I get food stamps on the 11th.
3 kids that ain't mine. 3 kids that ain't mine. What
Yeah,
like?
they're his siblings. You knew what you was getting into when you had a baby with me.
Now, I will say that if she already had these kids before they had their son, then I would agree that he knew what he was getting into. But see, this is why a lot of guys avoid single moms. Okay, people say that that's not right to do that and you're judging, but look at what's going on right here, especially in this type of hood environment. Or you got, I'm not sure if it's a hood environment necessarily. It appears to be, but if you're in an environment where you got hood stuff going on, or if she's a hood person and she acts like this and she already had kids, that should have been a big red flag to you right there, if that was the case. I'm not sure if his son is the oldest or the youngest or what's going on.
I did.
Yes, you did.
You expect me to take care of all the kids? They're not my kids.
Okay, but you still had a baby with me who have kids with other people. I still have other kids.
Why are you recording me?
Because I'm exposing. Everybody think you such a motherfucking good daddy. No, you're not.
See, another part right there. The jealousy, the envy, jealousy is real. You see what she just said? Listen to what she's saying. Everyone thinks that you're a good daddy, but you're not, and I'm exposing you. See, that's that envy right there. She knows that this guy's a good guy. She knows he's a good dad, and she's trying to bully him into doing more. She's trying to bully him into being the stepdad, basically, without being with her, without living with her. That's what's going on here. The whole thing about the food and all of that is not even the point, and I'm gonna expand on that in a little bit.
No, you're not. You're full of shit in this bullshit. You only come here with one piece of food for one child.
The child that's mine, silly.
No, that's dumb that you can't feed the other kids. Don't feed nobody at all. Then he can't take that. He can't eat it.
Maybe if you had 1 or 2, I can maybe. You got it's 3 extra kids. What the? You all like going to my motherfucking account, spending money on all those kids. Them not my kids.
Exactly. See, that's the thing about it. People say that, oh, just go get the food. First of all, he goes there every day with food for his son. So if he does it now, he'll be expected to do it all the time. And then in some cases, you may have child support court that say, hey, you know what? You've been doing for these kids and taking care of these kids. All right, well, now you're legally liable to pay for those kids through child support. I've seen that happen before. I've seen this whole scenario play out a lot of different ways. But if he does this one time, he'll be expected to do it all the time. And that McDonald's meal right there is what, like $7, $8? Now multiply that times 3. You're talking about $30, $40 every day. He can't afford that, obviously. And that's why he doesn't have all those children, because he can't afford anything but the one. Now, she has all these kids that she couldn't afford. Maybe she should have thought about having those kids, but the responsibility would be before she had them.
Or your kids' siblings, though. Dumb.
So that's what you're going to go with? That's the one you're going
to Those are your kid siblings.
They're my, so that means
Yeah.
I take care of them.
So don't.
where's
No,
the-
I didn't say you have to take care of them. You can bring them something to eat if you bring one something to eat.
I bring them food every other day. What do you mean? I'm not,
Exactly, but you don't never bring food for the other ones.
Lisa,
You know I get my food stamps on the
they
11th.
are your babies.
Okay,
Ain't
but
no
I'm
lie.
saying we share the
If
same
you-
kid
if you
as
feel-
well.
Absolutely. So if you want to, if you feel like I feel the way about eating, take him in the room and let him.
I'm not taking my kid in the
Send him down
room.
to the car. He ain't even got. He ain't got to eat in front of his brothers and sisters. He can come right out to the car and eat with me. Is
No,
that fine?
no. You know what? Fine. Give it here.
Thank you.
Give it
Grow
here.
up, bro. Like,
Give it
you
here.
know, kids,
Give
like,
it here.
You sound stupid.
Dumb. He ain't eating this. You.
Why the you just do that?
Because you ain't bringing up for all the other kids.
Stupid.
You stupid. Stupid. Selfish as a. Like, you're dumb as hell. You're dumb as hell. He not finna eat that shit. Dumb.
Take care of him anyway.
Dumb. He not finna do that. If you can't do it for all, don't do it for none of them. Bye, stupid. Thought I was finna take that shit today. Yeah, I had another thing for him today. No, he can't take it today.
Oh boy, that right there gave me some PTSD, man, because I've experienced that. I'm not saying my parents did anything like that, but I've seen that a lot as a kid. I've seen that a lot like coming up teenage years. Oh man, I've seen that so much. It's not even about the food. The food is not even, that's just the beginning. First, it's, hey, I'm bullying you. I'm trying to guilt you into feeding my other children because you're the good baby daddy. You're the one that always comes through. You're the one that everybody knows is a good dad. I know you're a good dad. So what I want you to do is take care of my other children. That's what it is. Because it starts with the food that one time. Then it's going to be expected every day. Then it's going to be, okay, here comes first day of school. You buying your son school clothes, you buying them a pair of white DCs, or Air Force Ones, which I call them out there. Buy all my other kids some white DCs and fresh polo shirts and uniforms and all of that. You can't just do for one if you're not going to do for all, right? Ain't that what she just said? Christmas time as well. Oh, you buying your son the video game, you buying your son this and that and the third. Well, my other kids don't have any gifts from their fathers and they can't get it from me because I don't have any money, but you got it. And you're giving him things, making the other kids feel left out. So buy them all Christmas gifts. Oh, you taking your son to AAU basketball? Well, take my other son's AAU basketball too. And pay for it. It'll never end. And this guy obviously can't afford it. He doesn't have all these kids. He has the one kid with her, not a bunch of different kids. You see what I'm saying? He's a little bit responsible, at least what it appears like from what I'm watching. This whole thing was crazy. And I think people that were on the mother's side don't understand how these dynamics work. They don't really get it. All they see is just, oh, we should have brought some food, buy her a pizza. You're looking at just one time, one incident in one day. But you're talking about years and years and years, 18 years of dealing with that dynamic between the mother and the father and the child. 18 years, not just one day. Think about it in a long-term sense, not just in a simple short-term, right here, right in your front of your face sense. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Who do you think was correct and or incorrect in this video? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments. You guys know where I'm at. The mother was 100% wrong here, trying to bully the dad into doing something that's not her responsibility. He probably pays child support as well and brings his son food. Why is he bringing his son food? It's just because he wants to give him a treat, quote unquote. No, it's because ain't no food in the house. And if he doesn't bring any food, then his son won't eat. So it's his responsibility to take care of all the other kids too because they can't eat. I mean, maybe she should get off her hind parts and get a job talking about, oh, I don't get my food stamps to the 7th or the 11th, whenever that was. How about getting a job and doing it that way? But then you miss out on all the other benefits. You might have a Section 8 crib. You might have this, that, and the third. The solution would be for the father to get custody of the boy, but that mother is not going to let him go without a fight to the bitter end, at least in my humble opinion. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.